Sohag Ghazi got the better of Chris Gayle when they were out here on the West Indies tour. So no surprises with him opening the bowling.
Right arm over. Hey.
There it is, the first delivery. Oh, has he got him? He's got him! He's bowled him the first delivery. Would you believe it? Can't be a better start. He's silenced the crowd completely. Sohag Ghazi.
What a moment. Who needs Dirk Nannes? Sohag Ghazi opening the bowling to try and put pressure on Chris Gayle, who doesn't play spin very well early in his innings. But look how it's worked for them. Tilakratna Dilshan. First ball duck. Gladiators are not for worry because he's opened the batting right through. He's there for the second ball because Dilshan just missed a straight one. But it's different when you're walking in. The feel, the mindset, you're coming at the back of a fall of a wicket. So Ashraful has to react to that. And so too the rest of the team. This is the trap that they can fall into. They've got names in their team, and if they don't perform, you can find yourself under a lot of pressure. The weight of expectations, doubt.
Sohag Ghazi recently played against the West Indies when West Indies were touring Bangladesh. He took Gale's wicket once in ODIs and twice in tests recently. Gale didn't have too much of a time on that tour.
Well, it did start off well though. The very first ball of the test match, he hit Sohag Ghazi for a 6. Then couldn't go on to really dominate the Bangladeshis, but he's coming back to the team, or coming back into playing days after a poor series of Australia.
He had a poor series against Bangladesh as well. The highest he got was 35 and 5 ODIs. And that Bangladesh won that series, 3-2.
3 innings, 10 runs down in Australia. And before that, the BBL, the Big Bash League.
What a superb over.
In the innings, you got the slip in, because if you can pick up a couple of wickets, you're well on your way.
Oh, that's gone up very high. There's a fielder who's trying to get it. And he takes it. Paul Sterling. And the dancing is on. Goodness me. Ashraful is also back in the pavilion. They are devastated and gutted, the crowd here.
A result of good bowling. We've had 9 balls so far and all very tight deliveries. There's been no opportunity to score runs. Hence the batsman needs to take chances. Doesn't work for Ashraful. Yes, Chigumbura, you can celebrate. You've done the basics well.
He's away. Chris Gayle has been given a gift.
First mistake. This was no mistake. The previous ball. Perfect delivery. What a good catch. Look at the way he's running back. He ran sideways, which helps him maintain his balance and also view that ball well. Paul Sterling, the catcher. The last ball.
50 runs with 14 wickets. That's in the air and there's no one at square leg. And it doesn't matter even if there was. 6 to begin for Shakib.
That's the way to do it. Get your foot outside the line of off stump. If you miss it, you're not out because you're getting hit outside the line. And give it a slap. Well, he's tried pushing it around. Didn't work. So you might as well use the long handle and see where it takes you.
But the shot was on. There's no square leg. He just had to lob it. He just connected so well that it took it over the fence. But this time he is more emphatic. This is a big one. Another slog sweep.
You will never get away bowling to Chris Gayle at that pace, at that length. But now they've realized there are no singles on offer, there are no 4s on offer. Only 6s.
You see, he's sort of camping on the back foot. Chris Gayle, just wanting to get under it. You bowl to him a length which is around the good length, which we normally describe as good length, and he will revel in it. BPL 1, Gayle's tournament sixes. Can you believe it? That's like a fireworks display.
Most favorite one is over point, which doesn't look like it got off the ground.
Oh, get out of the way. I've arrived. The ball is racing to the fence. There's no stopping that.
And he's strong. He doesn't need to move his feet, Chris Gayle. He'll take his time if he needs to, because he trusts his ability to catch up on that run rate.
Played for Borishal last year, got 200s. One against Sylhet, one against Dhaka. 26 sixes is the one we just showed you, that fireworks display. 19 boundaries. And a strike rate of 187. And we're talking about Chris Gayle. Just 5 matches he played for Borishal.
Look at that flat six going towards point. You wonder if there was a field if it had hit him on the head.
Superb batting it was last year. 288 runs in 5 games. Oh, this is Shakib Al Hasan. He is not holding back any punches whatsoever. This is unbelievable cricket. Great temperament, totally uninhibited.
It's all about mental strength, isn't it? The wickets fell, the doubts crept in, but these big players know to react, and they will react fast, concede singles.
Oh, brilliant. Did I just say that the ball's not turning? How about that?
That's clever bowling. He slowed it down, gave it the opportunity to grip, and a good bowler will not try to turn every ball around.
Brilliant. And the straighter one, so something to think about now, Russ.
That's why he's got the slip in place too. And that was brave. Bowl much slower, go in the air. You know Chris Gayle will go downtown, but you're trying to give yourself a chance to get his wicket.
And generally you want to tuck him into his pads and make him go onside-ish against the turn. Oh, brilliant, brilliant cricket. What a shot, cracking shot, and almost took Chigumbura with it.
Thank God it wasn't me, because I certainly would have been in the boundary line with it.
Beautifully done. He played it with the turn. He's seen that ball turn, the one before, to Chris Gayle. This is turning out to be a good over by Nabi.
But again, look at what Mushfiqur is thinking. Shakib.
Absolute coat of varnish, hands on heads, but it's 4 byes.
Could have gone anywhere. Well, that's very unfortunate for the bowler. This is just a coat of varnish, wouldn't you say, Brian? Just so close to that leg stump. Very fortunate there, Shakib.
They are the margins in a match like this. Shakib lives to fight another evening.
Oh, he's gone for it, and he's lashed onto it, and it's going to be a long one. Wow, what a shot. Shakib Al Hasan is on fire.
It's his 3rd 6. What a strike. Skipping down the pitch. He missed the last ball. He didn't miss that one. Wham!
Well, you better watch out. You got 2 of the biggest strikers of the ball in the middle. Sylhet, after that very good start, now being pegged back, and he's gone for it again. He's been fortunate. Oh dear, bad luck for the bowler once again. Getting a thin edge to that one. Very fortuitous runs for Shakib Al Hasan.
You could say, I guess, that he's earned that fortune. No slip in position with the blitzkrieg attack that's on at the moment. That would have been a very straightforward dolly catch if there was a slip in. We're still in the power play overs. Looking for the big shot over the leg side again. The outside edge. And 4 more.
The 50's come up. in that melee somewhere. 51 for 2 at the moment. And also the partnership of 50 coming off only 25 balls. This is brilliant stuff from Dhaka Gladiators after losing the first wicket without a run on the board and the second wicket at 1. He's gone for it. He's lashed onto it. Is it going to go all the way? It has. Oh dear, it's raining sixes at Sharif Angla Stadium in Mirpur.
Certainly is. That's the 5th of the innings. 4 of them to Shakib. And the Royals are silenced. What a strike again. It's his favourite area. Not quite as long as the last one. Getting his front foot out the way. Lots of bottom hand games to come.
Oh, he's ball in! Brilliant start for Shahid al-Islam. Very tentative little push there by Shakib. Didn't know the ball was just jagging back in. I thought just moved a little bit off of the seam and cut back in. He didn't have the answer. Big strike.
Welcome to the BPL. His first ball, and he's got Shakib. What a disappointing shot that is from him. It was a nothing shot really though, wasn't it? Not forward, not back, bat at an angle, off stump out of the ground. Thank you very much, Shakib.
Is he out? Is he gone? Yes, he is. Oh my goodness, a nothing shot once again, and he just checked his shot. It was taken by Nabi. Wow, it's all happening here.
These are the first 2 balls Shahid al-Islam has ever bowled in 2020 cricket. He's played 2 test matches and now he's on a hat-trick. It was a length ball. Stevens pushing through the line, timed it quite well, but Nabi, look at that, both feet in the air, completely off the ground, taking the catch 2 hands. Stevens, he's done well.
2 deliveries in T20 cricket. What about that?
Who needs Dirk Nannes? Here's his first ball. Maybe just jagged back a little bit, removing the off stump, and then there's the delivery that follows. Stevens timed it nicely, but he didn't bank on Nabi. Completely airborne to take that catch. Fantastic stuff.
Wicket dot. Almost squared him up. He was not very comfy playing that shot. Anamal, the new batter, but he's very good. He's very adept batsman. Anamal Haq has played well in the recent past. 298 runs in the BPL this year. And he's looking good. He needs to stick around there.
There's the depth that they've got with a player like Anamal coming in at number 6. You can just see if that ball moved a little bit. Indeed it did, according to Hawkeye. Just enough to beat a rather indeterminate shot from Shakib.
You said it. I mean, that was basically not an indeterminate shot. It was a nothing shot. Neither here, not there. Couldn't make up his mind whether to go into the line of that ball, even a half cock at it, and paid the price. But this guy is a revelation. And he was not selected by any team initially, I understand. But it was just picked up last night. Well, welcome to the middle, young man. You've proved your worth. You've proved a point.
25 years of age. 2 test matches, has picked up 3 wickets for Bangladesh. Both those tests against New Zealand in Dunedin and Wellington.
Took around the corner, not for runs, a double wicket maiden for Shahid.
Can't really afford to lose too many more wickets. Got the depth with Pollard to come in next.
Did he get a better putt? No hitting. He's still in front. Inamal Hasmani raises that dreaded finger. He's going across the line of that ball, trying to glance it away. Stunned silence among the Dhaka supporters, and he seemed to be plumb in front.
Well, if there wasn't any bat involved here, he looked dead. Ghazi turning the ball back into the right-hander, and that looks absolutely plumb. Inamal Haq had to think about it, got his finger up, and another big gun for Dhaka on his way back to the pavilion.
With what's transpired so far.
Let's have a look at that LBW. The ball turning back into the right-hander, and according to Hawkeye, would have hit leg stump. Bang on. Well bowled, Shahid Ghazi.
Some injury, and he's got this opportunity and he's grabbed it with both hands.
Yes, that test match he played, or the 2 test matches he played, were way back in 2008 against New Zealand. So he's disappeared off the radar for a long period of time, and now all of a sudden, in front of a global audience, he's smashed back into consciousness with 2 wickets from the first 2 balls he's bowled, and he has given his side a great opportunity to restrict Dhaka. And remember, whoever wins this match goes straight into the final.
It's short, way over the head, but the umpire thought it was close enough to the shoulders to warrant one over the shoulder.
On a hat-trick then with the first 2 balls he bowled. He was ball number 1, plucking the off stump out of the former Bangladesh captain. And then the next delivery, Darren Stevens punching it down the ground, and what a catch from Mohammad Nabi. Super stuff from the Sylhet Royals.
Yeah, they don't have a team which has got a lot of big names, but together they gel very, very nicely. Play as a good unit led by that young man there. Well, Shahid Al-Hasan has got 00 on his back, but that is going to be fooling the batters because he's already got 1 wicket so far. And I don't know who selected that number for him, but possibly that's going to turn out to be a lucky number.
It actually looks to me as though he's got someone else's shirt on there, and the name's been taped over. That's how last minute his inclusion has been. I wonder if he'll qualify for a number of his own for the next match. On the performance so far, you'd say he deserves one.
He wants to hang on to that 00. Been lucky for him, it's been good for him, and it's been a very organised approach from him. He's got the wickets, but he's not got carried away. He's bowling within himself. He's not trying to bowl it too hard. Last ball is 117 only.
2 for 2 in his second over. I dare say he couldn't have dreamed of a start as good as this. Getting rid of Shakib Al Hassan first of all, and then removing Darren Stevens, who'd been a thorn in the side of Sylhet previously in this tournament.
Even the batters of the quality of Chris Gayle and Kieran Pollard not really trying to go after him. Rebuilding going on at the moment for the Dhaka Gladiators. Short, and he lets
Sylhet Royals, but for Ryland as well. They need to keep the lid on once again. Went on to the back foot. Fielder are coming, and great piece of fielding in the end. Joint effort indeed, but a futile one. That kissed the boundary as well. Chigumbura went after that, dived, and all along the ground tried his level best, but in vain.
Yeah, he's a very powerful hitter. That is a terrific hit, even though he had got some part of the hand, but still cannot manage to pull that one back. He's in terrific touch. He got 100 recently against Australia when the team was down and out almost. That's one bounce to the fielder. 22 for 4 when he came on to bat, Pollard, and in the end he scored 109 of 136 deliveries, 11 fours and 2 sixes in that innings. So he's the one who will probably be looking forward to step it on the gas. That's a lovely shot, beautifully played, touch of class. The last time Chris Gayle scored a boundary was in the 4th over, and he's taken that long time, and just give the evidence how well they have bowled.
Full flow of the bat down the ground, bisecting the fielders on and long off. And here he comes once again into the act. Was trying to pitch it on the fuller area, but Chris Gayle was in best position to play that one. And good for him that he eluded the stumps at the non-striker end as well. Kieran Pollard hit there once during his innings.
It was straight as an arrow. That one just coming back into Chris Gayle, and still managed to pick up a single. he hasn't bowled in too many games, Paul Sterling. It's a bit of a surprise that he's been called upon into the attack. And that's one flicked away. And it is a good over for best of 3 for 23. And you see that little bit of turn that you were getting, and you would have expected Mushfiqur Rahim to have his thinking cap on, knowing that he has created the pressure. He just released that pressure by bringing on Paul Sterling.
That's interesting when they had got the resource in their armory. Surawadi Shubo has got a lot of success in this BPL, but still they can once again keep the lid on the scoring of Dhaka Gladiators. 13 runs of the last over, giving some flight, and yes, here he goes once again. Chris Gale off the bat. Chris Gale into the act once again.
Brings up the 100. They're a happy lot at the moment, but they still need quite a few from them. That's a poor delivery. Easy pickings onto the legs. All he had to do is just find a little bit of bat on that, and that would went off quite easily to the boundary. That's what can happen. A good over can do to a batsman. There you go. Thank you very much. Take that. That's into the stands.
And now it is the Chris Gale o'clock in Mirpur, Dhaka. Stand and deliver, typical Gale style. Losing the concentration, he was in awe straight away after conceiving that boundary, and now back to back, both by Gale Par. 10 runs of the first two.
Yeah, he played that drive down the ground straight like an arrow, and with that boundary he picked after such a long time, his, completely changes the complexion of the game. 13 runs in that over just would have given him that edge to go after the bowlers. 10 of the first two. Now look where is he bowling. Well, is not a bad delivery in the end, because that's only a single, but he's more than capable of hitting off the back foot and still getting to clear the fences.
I'm sure that last two loose delivery in fact surprised Chris Gale as well, but they are now once again loving it. Everyone is galvanized on their feet, literally, in Mirpur. Almost a capacity crowd in this Friday. Remember, a weekend in Dhaka. They're supporting their home team with all the heart and soul.
A lot more flatter from Surawadi Shubo. Still quite a long time in this innings. After this, another 6 overs to be bowled. 36 deliveries. Add 2 more, which is to be bowled in this over, legitimate ones. 38 deliveries, and anything is possible. You little beauty. Thank you very much. That's gone a long way. What a shot from Chris Gale. Brings up the 406 in this tournament.
And that too in style. Surawadi Shubo in complete awe. Total distraction from him in his first over. Once again on the onside. 98 meters. The longest of the tournament, and coming from the Chris Gale bat.
What a way to pick up his 50. Back-to-back sixes. After that over of 24 straight away, it was Pollard who wanted to hit and follow Chris Gale, what he did in the last over. It should have been put away. And he picks up that only man standing in the boundary ropes, and he takes it gleefully. And he gets the breakthrough. He's
Deep slips for Chris Gale.
That's gone. Don't worry about that. That was off the back foot. What a powerful shot that is. Better get out your helmets in the stands. He's hitting some big ones.
Fifth maximum by Chris Gale. Once again pitching it way too short for Chris Gale, and it remains in the air for a long while when Chris Gale hits once again. Chris Gale back-to-back sixes. Gale is on fire, on roll in Mirpur.
That is tremendous hitting. That is a flat six. Went like a rocket. Back-to-back sixes for him. Look at that shot. Don't worry, mate. That is absolute, nearly taking out one of the gentlemen. Off the back foot one more time. Oh, just one bounce. Another brilliant over.
Position. And if you keep him pegged at the non-striking end with dot balls, he might lose it. Now he's gone over the top, but he's made amends. That's way over the top. It's really raining sixes here.
Six number 11 in the innings, fetching it from outside the off stump. Just sneaked over the boundary at long on. I don't think he quite middled it, Mashrafi Mortazar, but he got enough on it. It was a length ball, lots of bottom hand. Might have just taken the pace of it, I think, Elton Chigumbura. He was through the shot a little bit too soon, Mortazar, but just to stop Gale running complete riot.
Six! This is deep into the stands. This is the shorter boundary. 150 comes up. But hey guys, you've got to hit the block hole.
It was very friendly, wasn't it? A gentle little off-cutter halfway down, and Chris Gale needed no second invitation. That was just 101 kilometres an hour, real hit-me ball, and that's exactly what Chris Gale did. His 7th six, astonishing stuff.
Oh God, this is airborne as well. And it's a no ball. Milan, what are you doing? God, this is unbelievable stuff. I wouldn't want to be in the captain's shoes now. What did you go and do that for?
Yeah, I'm not a lip reader, but he's probably saying, why did you bowl a no ball? This is where the field is, he says. Bowl to the field. Well, it doesn't matter where the fielders are positioned with Chris Gale batting in this sort of mood, because wherever he puts them, Mushfiqur, Chris Gale is clearing them, and clearing them comfortably. His 8th six.
Biggest six of the tournament, 103 meters. I don't think he needs a free hit. Another slow one. And it's gone over. They are not in sync. The captain and the bowler are not in sync. This is monstrous stuff. This is unheard of.
Well, Gale has provoked some real scrambled minds out there. Mushfiqur's thrown the ball to Hossain Milan, and this really is hit-me bowling, buffet stuff. Very gentle pace. He's not got it right at all. The skipper's absolutely distraught, and he's drilled the next ball down the ground. That'll be 4 more. 6, in fact. It's gone all the way. What a blow.
Well, he's going for 6 of them in the over. 6 sixes. In fact, he's got another ball to play because of the no ball. He could have 7 sixes. The god of T20 is back. Awesome power, and would you believe it, he's reached 97. He's hit 10 sixes. The most in an innings is by Gale himself, 11. Last year versus Dhaka. Gosh. Oh, that's popped up in the air. There's Sterling under it. And he's dropped it. No, this is not happening. Sterling wants the ground to open up and chew him up.
Perhaps the safest pair of hands in this Sylhet Royals side. Paul Sterling, he took a good catch earlier to get rid of Ashraful. Gentle little off-cutter again. Gale going for another 6 off the toe end of the bat. And Paul Sterling, oh dear. And look at his reaction there. As soon as he hit the ground, Head in hands for the bowler as well. Oh dear, dear me. Gale onto 99.
Gale wanted to hit that about 200 meters. That was, if you call the earlier ones hit me balls, this was the worst. He gets to 100, Chris Gale. Third 100 in BPL. And this is only his 6th match. What a time to get 100. There were 5 for 64. What a player. Could travel miles and miles to come and watch him. Those who are missing this show on television, well, this is unbelievable cricket.
Well, he was out of form in Australia. He's back in form now. Absolutely astonishing stuff, Chris Gale. Take a bow. Chaiju in again.
Oh, that has been pummeled. Has it gone all the way? Yes, it has. Hello. How did he manage that? That was a wide delivery. Goodness me. 2020 cricket can't get better than this.
The dancing girls must be exhausted. They're dancing the night away thanks to stroke play like this. His 11th 6, Chris Gale. Width given. He almost swung himself off his feet. Wonderful hit. This is entertainment of the highest order.
And brute power. Awesome power. What a man. Yes. Yes. Short ball. It's way deep into the crowd. For God's sake, don't try anything else. Just try and hit it in the block hole.
Well, he was lured into the trap there, wasn't he? He was pitching up the previous delivery and got hit for 6. So he thought, what will I do in response? I'll bang it in. And that's Chris Gale's response, an emphatic one too. About 20 rows back.
12 sixes in the innings. That's a world record. This is Sussex. Graham Napier.
Yes, that's a very small ground at Chelmsford where that record was achieved in 2008. Chris Gale needs 4 to equal it. Can he do it?
Certainly can. Has that gone all the way? No, it hasn't. He's found the fielder. Nabi has struck. Ghazi the fielder. Nabi the bowler. The big man walks back. What a fine innings this has been. Everybody's on their feet. Absolutely privileged to have watched this.
Well, if Ghazi hadn't been there, I think that would have gone for 6 as well. But he was in the right place at the right time. Just checking, he didn't stray towards the boundary edge. Nabi's a happy man. It's his first wicket of the evening. But what an innings from Chris Gale.
Got him. Wicket number 2 for Nabi in this over. This is a big over for the Royals because the match would have gone totally out of control in the last 2 overs with Chris Gale, but now bit of a fight back.
Wicket number 16 in the tournament for Mohammad Nabi. Mashrafe Mortaza looking for the big heave over the leg side. He misses, Nabi hits. Well bowled, Mohammad Nabi. Mortaza goes for 10.
He'll hope that somebody bowls him an over that he bowled. Chubo. Bowled him! Superb performance by Sajidul. 3 for 23 or 4. 2 for 17 or 4 Nabi. They've pulled it back slightly. It's just the 5 and 2, 7 runs of the last 2 overs. Unbelievable.
Those 2 bowlers, 8 overs, 5 for 40 out of a total of 197 for 9. Well bowled. Shajidul. It's been a fantastic introduction to the BPL for him. A wicket off the last ball with Mosharraf Hossain bowled by Shajidul for 3. The end of the Dhaka innings. The Gladiators finishing on 197 for 9.
197, and that was the Rangpur Riders. Can they do it again?
Well, they have A wicket which is playing very well. They've seen that the ball is not doing too much, and as you have mentioned, Arun, they've chased that kind of a total earlier, so not to lose heart. And if they can get off to a good start, and the perfect persons to in the middle there, Shivnara and Turnbull will hold one end up, and Paul Sterling is going to go for the runs. But they want to get off to that power play overs. They really want to be there, the two openers.
Absolutely. Here's the first delivery now. Starts with a wide. For a moment I thought the umpire may not give it because Chandrapal was facing the other way. Just joking.
No chance of that. No, I was just in the studio a short while earlier. I just said I didn't have the words to explain that fantastic innings we saw by Chris Gayle. I mean, started off slowly, just bided its time, and once he got going, wow, watch out.
Chris Gayle. 12 hits for 6. This is a good track. There's no pressure about net run rates or whatever. It's over. These are the playoffs. Now these are teams 1 and 2 of the league. Time him to hang in there, mate. No hurry. There, that's his hitting area. Outside the off stump. But everybody knows that now.
Even the last delivery was shaping in towards him, and he should have put it away on the onside. But what is he doing? He's trying to make room for himself, played inside out. Not the best option.
Well, he's got hold of that finally. Sterling's on his way. That's the boundary we're used to seeing. Slower delivery, and he latched on big time.
But that was played pretty confidently. It was more in his heading zone, trying to bowl the slow one, and gave him ample opportunity just to balance himself nicely. Just keep on saying that he fancies the offside, and that was struck really well. But he should try and score a few more on the onside.
Oh, brilliant. That's 4 runs saved. Bijoy it is.
Even there, any other batsman would have just whipped that away.
Yeah, but that's his game, Shamim.
Yeah,
that's his game.
I know that's his game, but you're just one side of the field doesn't make you the best batsman. When there are options around, you can't just pounce on them. That's what I'm trying to say. It would increase his stroke play if he had further shots around the ground.
Certainly. But he's the whole thing about him is that he's not good at hitting across the line. His whole game is structured around trying to find room outside the off stump. He's almost a zero, and that's what the bowlers have found out, that you keep putting it there on the leg stump and force him to hit against where he wants to, and he makes mistakes then. Finally, he's got one. Short ball, and it may not travel the distance. It hasn't, or has it? Oh, so close. But they've come back.
He's trying to prove us wrong, Arun. Okay, give me one on the onside. I'm going to put it away. And that was a rank long hop. You're not going to miss out on that. Terrible delivery there by Mashrafi. No one's going to miss out on that one. Onside or off.
That's on the roof of the dressing room. Maroof is not here. That's probably the better length, but it's gone away for 4. It doesn't matter. Nazmul Hussain, Bijoy, Inamul Haq Bijoy, I beg your pardon, makes a hash of that one. Maybe he got a bad bounce.
Yeah, I think it did, but there again, trying to play on the onside, not connecting. It's not comfortable at all. Just a little bounce in front, the ball dying, and Mashrafi possibly thought he could have got a wicket with that, very close to that leg stump, and then it went off for 4 runs. Salt rubbed into the wound.
It's a no ball. I missed that one. He's got a single, but this is going to be a good over. This is going to really turn out to be a good over. Already 11 on the board, 4 balls to bowl, and a free hit coming up.
Gonna have a look at that again. Mashrafi had a little bit of doubt on that. Well, he had a point there. I think it's just landing there and then sliding. I think that's where maybe Mashrafi had a few words there and inquired from the umpire. Was it a no ball really, umpire? Inquiringly?
Actually, where it's where the foot lands and not where it lands up eventually. But it's so difficult for the umpires. Gosh, delicious ice cream. There goes my diet. I'm trying to lay off ice cream.
Having any up here,
Oh, they're loving the ice cream and my mouth's watering. I think I'll just have ice cream after this stint. Deserve it on a day like this where you've seen such phenomenal cricket. And it's not over yet. Well, they've got a third man and they've got a deep point. He's going to bowl it over pitched outside off. And Chandrapal has missed out. He's got away, Mashrafi.
But Enamul Haq did well there. He had to dive the other way. The last moment, Mashrafi is struggling a little bit, even earlier. Maybe not quite overstepping, but he'll take the credit for bowling that ball. Virtual Yorker length, a little bit away. Could have, yeah, I thought they got a little clip to that.
Yeah, that if he got an inside edge, he was out, but nobody appealed. Oh, it was a no ball anyway. It was a free hit, by the way. Yeah, but he did get an inside edge. Oh, it's gone again for 4. What's happening? That's the second time the slower one has gone away from Bijoy.
Well, Mashrafi Mortaza is not going to be happy with you, Bijoy. You gave him the stare.
I think this is a ploy by Chandrapal. You know, just have a couple of air shots, you're going to get 4. Better than timing it.
Without even touching it, confuse the keeper. Because he got to look at it. I mean, it came slow enough to him. Bat bounce or not, he should have got to that, Enamul.
He's going to pull something, Chandrapal, with all those hits, those air shots. Nothing's working right for him. Yeah, he's looking rather disturbed. None of them are happy, nor the batsman nor the bowler. Certainly not the keeper.
She's happy because she's having something to eat.
Great reaction there. She's put it away. You spoilt her meal. Oops, she's just given it away, Chandrapal. He was so out of sorts. In fact, that may not be a bad thing.
Yeah, he's gone out of his misery with that, and he'll be happy. Mashrafi Mortaza has been striving to bowl the slower balls, trying to outwit Sridharayan Chandrapal, and eventually succeeding. And just a little push, not in control, easiest of takes for Stevens, and that is the first wicket down.
Yeah, he does need a new pair of pads then. Got him! Right in the block hole. Sterling's eyes must have lit up because he felt he was in with a chance for a boundary, but the stumps are uprooted.
He has been on top of the batsman right from the beginning of the over. And this was on the cards. Yeah, it was in line. Sterling again trying to go through the offside. Unnecessary. He could have put a full face of the bat to that one and try to block it. Didn't succeed. The angle of the bat allowing the ball to just go past and hit timber. Very disappointed. The supporter, 17th wicket. And he's a very, very capable batsman. but you're right, they'll have to chance their arms. Just can't die wandering. And there maybe at the back of their minds they'll think, even if we lose today, we get another opportunity with the winners of the third, fourth player. But I don't think they should leave it for that and try and achieve it tonight. Get a win tonight.
Yeah, nothing to lose, everything to gain. Cracker of a shot. That's good form. He's not out of sorts, that's for sure.
Oh, he sure ain't. His favourite area might be mid-wicket, but when it's lobbed outside the off stump and he can free his arms, look at the lovely shot, the control of that shot. Full flow of the bat, right on top of it, into the gap. Beautiful cover drive.
Now that's a terrific cricketing shot. That's a magnificent way to get off the mark. That would have done his confidence a world of good. Not that he needs any more cajoling. He's got the highest runs for his team.
As long as the Mushfiqur Rahim stays, there might be some hope. He needs a partnership. Good evening, Russell.
Good evening, Athar. But he's missed out on 2 occasions now, Mushfiqur. There were 2 short balls, one straight to the fielder, and on this occasion, giving the fielder the chance to get to it. The pressure's on. You have to make sure that you stay calm. He is back by picking up a few wickets.
That's nicely played. That's beautifully played. Good piece of timing and also the gap. That's what Dwayne Smith and also Mushfiqur Rahim needs to do on a consistent basis. That is a very good shot. Good control on that occasion.
Good use of the wrists. Waited on it. Just gave it a flick so it'll beat the fielder in the deep. When you play good shots, you get more value.
Yeah, 8 in this over, so they need to, I reckon they need to find 1 boundary in each over.
He's also in an unusual position. Much straighter. Dilshan, who's at square leg, was near the umpire.
Yeah, you need to pick up the spots, and he's done that quite nicely. Just going back to that Shakib Al Hasan's innings that you mentioned, you know, at that stage, rather at this stage, they were 65 for 5. And out of 65, 38 came from the bat of Shakib Al Hasan. That is a good shot. Straight to him. You can't hide him, can you? Shakib Al Hasan is everywhere.
They need a blaster. They need someone to play a cameo. Probably Dwayne Smith. To take control. Hit a few sixes, maybe an over of 15 or 20. To just change the trend of this game.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that it will come, but then again, having said that, anything can happen. It is a 2020 format. 1 good over can totally change the game. We saw that happening when Chris Gayle was batting. He's not been among the wickets, but his economy rate is very good. Under 7. Not bad at all. He'll target that area. That's cheeky. Yes, he's found his spot. This one's a lot finer than the one that we saw him play off Musharraf Hussain. This is really good batting.
Yep, very well aware of where Murtaza is fielding. I beg your pardon. No chance for Murtaza. He just placed himself on that side of the wicket. And Smith prefers to go that way.
Well, he'll keep hitting you in that area. This is terrific stuff. He's picking up boundaries at will at the moment. You don't want to hit sixes if you can pick up boundaries. 3 in this over already.
Risk-free batting. Top quality from Smith. 28 off 25. Played a few too many dot balls because he's got 4-5 boundaries in the last 2 overs.
So they're finding the momentum. That's crashed off the back foot. Only a single. Turning out to be a good over.
They've done better. bowling much slower. Sajib has just held on for a bit longer and tried to hit it front of square. Those short balls have to go on these slower pitches.
Once again, not timing it. They should think of second, but deciding against this. Good call in the end.
Some sort of an elegance through which he can guide it past the wicketkeeper.
The partnership has crossed the 50 mark. It's gone on to 53 now with that single. Very crucial. It's come off 39 bowls and they've rebuilt the innings after early fall of wickets at 26 and 28. Mushfiqur Rahim leading from the front. He needs to perform today. That initial movement forward and then had to retract it and wait for that ball to come on to him before he swatted it square.
Shamim, it seemed like that they could not recover from that air show of Chris Gayle, the first innings. The way they started, Chanderpaul and Paul Stirling. This is the moment for Smith, who also tried the aerial route but couldn't find the gap. Still they are coming back for 2. So that was something, Chris Gayle's show, which everybody was waiting for. A century, he just came and conquered in this evening. Striked in his first match.
Played it away. A dot.
Which is still in their bags. Mushfiqur Rahim will be trying. He'll be struggling so far, but he will keep on finding his feet on the ground as far as he's there, because he had got that sort of magic which can change the condition to his will. 113 of 53. It's more than 12 runs in an over, almost 13.
Change in the fielding. The fielder at cover has been taken to the mid-wicket region and one at point now posted to that more orthodox cover region within the 30-yard circle. There you see it taking a position. That's a good delivery. And he almost threw it back at his teammate. Wayne Smith just did well to dig it out.
Kieran Pollard pulling maximum effort after delivering the ball in his follow-through that was played back towards him, and then that reaction can take the effort away from any batsman. This time taking the pace out of the delivery. It is becoming a lot more improbable now for Sylhet Royals. They got the golden opportunity after they lost an array of wickets with no scores, Dhaka Gladiators. But yes, that was a memorable innings from Chris Gayle, which took the momentum away from Sylhet Royals, and they are still struggling a big time in Mirpur.
The bat was up, the ball was there, and the result is a huge 6. He had raised his back, and Kieran Pollard just played into the hands of Mushfiqur Rahim, and he hit that away deep into the crowd.
Well, this man has got a lot of energy and nimbleness in his wrist. Full swing, full toss, making maximum use of it, and there she goes, almost into the second tier. He's got those eyes and combination which got the maximum for them.
He's coming around the wicket now, just changing angles, and that was also very well played by Mushfiqur Rahim. Used that angle of the bow. Kieran Pollard coming around the wicket, the ball angling across the bat of the right-hander. He just waited on it and just placed it, used the pace of the ball so very well.
Mushfiqur Rahim now, he has found his feet on the ground and now working the ball away on the offside. That was a short fall of effort, and this time played in the air and out of the park once again.
Well, it's dropped short invitingly, and he obliged.
But that is certainly creating a lot of ill wind in the camps of Dhaka Gladiators. This time Musharraf pitching it way too short. Rocked onto the back for Darren Smith.
Good comeback delivery, but Smith was equal to the task. They're gone through for one. They're coming back quickly for the second one. Here comes the throw, but they're going to make good their ground. That's good calling, good response, good cricket all round, because Shakib did manage to pick it up quickly and throw it.
Are they creating some turnaround here? They can still pull this one off. Some big deliveries during the last over and the beginning of this over as well. And the ball in. They were creating some bam approach, but now an anticlimax. Smith departs.
Well, not the right shot. Is beaten in the air more than anything else. Musharraf Hussain Rubel has the last laugh. He kept on peppering that line. It just didn't turn, and he played across the line. Played it a little too early. The ball was only 91 kilometers per hour, and he was caught napping there. And oh, that's got away again. Second time that Mushfiqur Rahim has tried to cut a ball too close to him. He's got away with it once again and got himself 4 runs.
He's playing and living perilously at the moment. Mushfiqur Rahim, second time he's taken it right from the middle stump. Beaten the wicketkeeper as well. Got away with it, but still. They've got some overs from their action men who are doing exceptionally well as far as bowling is concerned as well. Beating the fielder at the inner field, and yes, he will beat the fielder at the outer and deep area as well. A welcome boundary once again for Silhouette Royals.
And that's Mushfiqur Rahim's 50. He's the lone man. The captain has stood out and taken the fight to the Dhaka Gladiators, and is, as usual, playing a scintillating innings. This is his first half-century, third half-century in BPL 2. Helping to take a good catch. Down the wicket he goes, over the infield, and that's going to find the gap, and that might just be a 6. I think it struck the advertising cards on the rope there. We'll have to have a look at that.
Whatever it is, that is the way to go about it. Mushfiqur Rahim reaching the pitch, dancing down the ground by taking his time, and this was close one indeed, but indeed it struck those advertising card right on the boundary line, and because we can see a little bit of wrinkle and impact on those cards, so it should be a 6 straight away after getting those replays. Well, they will get their time, but still this could be game changer last 2 or 3 overs. Yes, this is a 6.
On the attack at the moment, Mushfiqur Rahim charging after Shakib Al Hassan there. Last ball of the 15th over coming up. Has whipped that away for a single.
Yes, that's wide for me.
Yes, he's got away with that, hasn't he, Saklin Sajib? And Amal Haq, the umpire, who thought otherwise.
They're back to the Gale point, Brian. After he was dismissed, they only ended up scoring 6 runs in 10 balls at the death. So can you imagine what damage he'd done? 139 for 6, duck hour at this stage.
Full toss, and that's out of here. Into the crowd, massive hit.
Oh, he's a good little player. Not as big as Gale, but he can give the ball a tonk, and he's doing it on his own. This stage he's not had much support from the other end. Dwayne Smith for a moment needed to go on. Dwayne Smith got shots all around the park. Gale has worked. It's Pollard in the deep. I think he was helped by the fielder in the circle who got a hand to it. Yes, he gets the call this time, Mushfiqur. Well, he's done some hard work, but he's getting his legs massaged and that lower back. Got in yesterday. Now, I don't think the hands of that physio are going to be big enough to get around Gale's body. Little Sri Lankan physio, Priyantha Wickramasinghe. He'll have to try hard for Gale to feel that massage.
Well bowled. That's exactly what he's looking to do. He's also looking to mix up his pace as well, but that's the mode of operation for Alphonso Thomas at this stage. In the block hole, straight, not an awful lot that even a player like Mushfiqur, who's on 70 from 35 balls, can do about that.
Yeah, with the required rate 13.83 at this stage, and Thomas operating, it's bound to end up much higher. So come the 20th over, could be out of reach unless I think this man goes off.
We've seen him go off already in the tournament. He's got a bit of catching up to do after his one over this evening, which cost 29.
He's missed out, giving himself some room, and Thomas did follow him. But if he'd been stable, been able to pick that off. Now this is the middle over comparison between the two teams. A lot down the ground, and all those red lines on the left of your screen are due to Gale going off. But much more control the Sylhet Royals, because it's not all about power with Mushfiqur Rahim, who's been in control of that position, of that situation of the game. Bit of space, but this field is well set. The angles are slightly different to what we're used to seeing on the cricket field. They worked out the danger spots. Look how straight Pollard is in the corner there. Also looking around at the fielders patrolling the boundary line, it's the best. Dilshan's at deep square leg, Pollard at deep mid-wicket. There's Darren Stevens long off. That's Shakib down at long off. So you got your best fielders where the balls are likely to fly at this stage of the game. Again in the slot, but the change of pace not being picked up by Hussain Milan.
That's his area. He likes to stay leg side of the ball and swing almost in baseball fashion. He's got a great eye. Thomas mixing his pace up, full in length, almost swung himself off his feet there. Intelligent bowling from Alphonso Thomas. Just a little bit too much subtlety for Nazmul Hussain Milan. And Elton Chigumbura, he's next in.
They're bowling to his field.
And you can see next to Elton Chigumbura there, Dirk Nannes. And he has been a big miss today for his side.
Well, that's not to chase the runs down though, but to control Chris Gale and co early in the innings. He's very quick, his variations are good, those lengths will hurry batsmen. And would have given them a very good option at the death earlier on. But saying that, his replacement was wonderful. Picked up 3 wickets. Sajibu. Well picked up. Qualig was brought into the circle.
He's shown himself to be a little bit of a one-trick pony. Not as much subtlety as someone like Mushfiqur, who can work the ball around into the angles.
75 not out. The previous game that Sylhet Royals and Dhaka did play, Sylhet went on to beat the Gladiators. 75 or 50, 3 4s and 4 6s on that occasion. Oh, should have let it go. There was not enough pace in that one. His eyes lit up because he thought he can get 4 runs. There was no pace and he just couldn't create the pace.
Yes, if he had his time again, he wouldn't be trying to play that ball as Hussain Milan drills the ball down towards long on. Ashraful's down there, just a single, not good enough. And just listen to that crowd, the Dhaka supporters. They feel they've got one foot in the final here.
Again, the timing not there. This is very good bowling from Shakib. One of the best all-rounders going around in world cricket. I'd say best because Jack Cullis is also up there. Cleaned him up. It was only a matter of time. He was firing it into the block hole when he was bowling against Hussain Milan. This one, 85.9 Ks, much slower, and held it back.
Really subtle bowling from Shakib Al Hassan. Nazmul Milan Hussain looking to go leg side, through the shot, but a week too soon. He's castled, Shakib loves it, and things...
Well, he seems to be doing better than that. What a hit. What a way to start your innings.
For the Dhaka supporters.
Gladiators were 190 for 6 at this stage. That's when Chris Gayle lost his wicket. Ended up scoring just the 6 runs after that.
But to have a bowler of Alfonso Thomas's experience and ability at the death, it really is a huge advantage for the Dhaka Gladiators. He is a master of his craft at this stage of the innings.
The biggest over in the Dhaka Gladiators innings was in the 17th, where 29 runs were taken off, and that's the over that Hossein Milan did bowl. They can get anywhere close to that. They're up there. They got the ideal man on strike, but as you mentioned, it's a professional death bowler that he's up against. Takes his time in these situations, getting all his fielders at the right angles. Alfonso Thomas. It's so unpredictable. Anyone would be looking for that block hole at this stage. But here he is, hit a length.
He mixes pace up. I remember speaking to Michael Kasparovich a few years ago, the former Australian fast bowler, about 2020 cricket and bowling at this particular stage. And he said, well, one of the approaches that he would adopt is he would actually try and bowl 6 different deliveries, because he said, if I bowl 6 different deliveries, how on earth can the batsman second guess what I'm going to do? Well, Alfonso Thomas keeps it a little bit simpler than that. But there again you see length followed by the slower ball. It's a wide on that occasion, but he's got so many tricks in his locker that the batsman, so difficult for him to try and guess what the bowler's going to do. He can get a little bit of a clue maybe from the field. Third man's up in the circle, fine legs up in the circle. So the guess perhaps is that it's going to be full in length.
The batsman in a situation like this would be lining up certain areas, depending on the field, as you said, depending on what the bowler's good at, and also his strengths. He won't get 4, but got it into space, so easy 2. It's about being unpredictable and trying to play away from the batsman's strengths, his areas that he's lining up. So it's guessing, second guessing, maybe even triple guessing. You set your field to a certain ball, but surprise him by bowling just the opposite. It will depend how brave you are. He's got more of this. Pollard's trying to get underneath that.
Well, for a second I thought there was going to be a collision out there as deep backward square leg and deep mid-wicket headed towards each other. Kieron Pollard, though, you wouldn't want to collide with him.
It was Dilshan, the other fielder, and he pulled out. Just the smart thing to do. He would have seen this big thing coming at him. Oh no. And he pulls out just there. .30 of 8 required. Quiet day so far for Pollard. Not needed.
I don't think he's going to tie his laces together here, Elton Chigumbura. Shakib, who's doing his lace up there, I'm not sure. Nice to see.
Taking his time. Certainly not a Boy Scout.
Double bow, possibly, and that was a tricky one, of course. He's used to doing his own laces up rather than someone else's. So we had to almost stand under Chigumbura to do it up.
A good point you made, because our fingers are used to going in one certain way only. Oh, strikes it hard. Straight to the field. Unfortunate. It's not working. It's not working for the Sylhet Royals.
The question to consider here, Russ, and perhaps you can have a think about it during the break between overs, is how difficult is Sylhet going to find this, losing today and then trying to come back, make their way into the final via the back door. It's not going to be easy because they'll have been up for this game today. And now all of a sudden they're going to be very, very deflated at having to play another game to try and get into that final. Thomas outside the off stump, but that'll be another wide. So still this over continues, but 28 off 7. Long, long way from the finish line here as far as Sillett's concerned.
Well, it's been a good chase. It's not been a perfect chase, but Gale was 97 at this stage. Sterling dropped him. It was an easy chance comparatively, but the pressure got to the man, and the few extra runs that were made is the difference right now. Finishes with a boundary. He's learnt that from Gale. But Gale hit him for 6 though. Well, it's not over yet. Hang on. It's Chigumbura, and he's put the ball under pressure straight away.
Yes, there might be a twist in the tail. I may have spoken too soon. What a great strike. Mortazar getting a little bit of reverse swing, but Chigumbura, what a lovely free swing of the bat that was.
But he was asking for it. You can't bowl that length at this stage of the game. Yeah, just to get on to that point. Pollard is not tall enough. 12 or 4. I'm not going to answer you now, Brian.
I don't think you should, Russ. What an incredible start to this over. Mortazar's bowled 2 length balls. Chigumbura's clobbered both of them over long on for 6, and we are very much still at the races here. Beautiful clean hitting. Chigumbura 20 off 5.
3 sixes. He's got to try and get it into that block hole, but Chigumbura will be sitting deep in his crease. Fielders running everywhere. There's panic. The Gladiators are panicking for the first time in this game. They lost 2 wickets early, but they believed in their skill. We didn't see this.
12 off 4. Short, pulled away. Just 1 run. Well, a few yards either side, and that was 4. Fine leg was up in the circle.
He's missed out there. He certainly has. Just couldn't get underneath that. Afiza Kamal. The emotions are too much to handle. Now Mashrafi Mortaza started this over having 24 to defend. Rohit Sharma in 2009 in an IPL game in South Africa scored the 24 off the final over, and Mortaza was the bowler. He would be thinking of that situation right now. But he's not going to have to bowl at Chigumbura. He's going to have to bowl at Mushfiqur. There's a different kettle of fish here.
Funny thing is, he's captain, and yet he's being surrounded by players offering all sorts of advice. He's got plenty of experienced heads out there, but ultimately he's going to be the man who's going to have a completely clear head and a clear plan and know what he's going to do here.
You know what I'm wishing for? 10 runs off the next 3 balls. Let's take this to a super over. Re-bowl that one.
Well, that was a fair enough decision by Enamel Haq, the umpire. The slower ball bouncer. Tension on the bench, on both benches. It's game on here. He's not the biggest man in the world, Mushfiqur Rahim, but clearly no problems at all for the umpires to make that decision.
That's a no ball to Gale even, or even Pollard if they were on strike. Top edge, keeper getting underneath it, and he takes it. What a turn of events. But the umpire, for a moment, yes, he's telling Mushfiqur to hang around for a moment. Was that over the shoulder? He wants to have a look, or is it the front foot no ball that he wants to have a look at? Is this the break the Sylhet Royals did need?
Front foot no ball, let's have a look. Oh, it is a no ball. Goodness me.
Free hit. Oh,
Was any part of that foot behind the line when it was grounded? I don't think so.
But good call from umpire Moni to go upstairs to have a look at this one. The line belongs to the umpire. Matters where the foot lands. If it slides after, it's not a problem.
Rokabul Hassan is the television umpire. Sorry, Anisir Rahman is the television umpire, and he is the man who's got this decision to make. Goodness me.
That's the spot we are after. What a turn of events. Imagine the pressure Murtaza will feel. He's not put it down yet.
Is anything behind the line? I really don't believe it is, but my opinion isn't what counts. It's the opinion of Anisir Rahman. And he's still looking at this. He wants to make absolutely certain.
This would be the game. This decision, the third umpire has to get it spot on. I feel it's still in the air. But looking at the reaction of umpire Moni, he was confident that it had gone over.
Waiting for confirmation here. It's a no ball. Goodness me. Oh, drama. Free hit. Game on here. The Dhaka Gladiators can't believe it. They're stunned. Look at the supporters.
Now who will be on strike? Did Mushfiqur go across? Will that run count? What would that mean? Is Chigumbura on strike? Was that 2 runs?
Well, there's all sorts of confusion out there. The batsman did cross.
So that would be a run to the batting team. So that's 2 runs. So they'll need to, I think they're checking who the batsman is on strike. So if Mushfiqur is at the non-strikers end, there's 2 runs to the score. So the required runs of 3 balls will be down to 8. That's what they're after. Mushfiqur wants to stay off strike because Chigumbura's the man who's got them to this situation with those 3 massive sixes.
Well, we're just waiting for clarification of that. All happening out there at the moment, and it looks as though it's Chigumbura who's going to be on strike. So, as you suggested, Russ, that's exactly what's happened.
They've crossed, and he'll keep going. Mushfiqur will keep going, so the run will count.
Oh, this is absolutely remarkable. And Mohammed Nabi with his helmet on there, next in. He hits a mean ball as well.
Well, he was outstanding in that last game. Under pressure, he scored 16 runs when the Sylhet Royals were struggling. So he'll back himself in this situation. Gets it. Doesn't get enough of it. Chigumbura wants 2. There's going to be a run out. He thinks smart. He's smart. He realized he's got to sacrifice himself.
Did he get out of the crease in time? I think he did. Mushfiqur Rahim, he realised very late that he had to cross, get past Elton Chigumbura.
But now think about it. Chigumbura had time to get all the way across. Mushfiqur should have been running. He goes back seeing the danger. Now he would have had Chigumbura in that end because Mushfiqur went back in. That's when Bijoy decides to run to the non-strikers end. He reacted just in time, but 86 of 44. Could have never expected to be in this situation, the Dhaka Gladiators. How this game changed. Thanks to Mushfiqur and Chigumbura. He gets a good one on that. Fielder getting underneath. Oh, he's dropped it. Rocky Bull, the pressure getting to everyone. Got it off the middle of the bat, but way into the sky.
Made a lovely sound off the back, but it went straight up. It was into the night sky. Rocky Bull misjudged it in the end. He was reaching for it. It just flicked the fingertips. He never looked confident under it. And the bad news for him and for the Dhaka Gladiators is that the batsman ran 2. So it means Elton Chigumbura is back on strike. 24 not out for him. 8 balls, 5 to win. So a 6 will do it, and a 4 will give us a super over.
Look at the emotions. The crowd is comparatively quiet now. Chigumbura finds the fielder in the deep. It's Darren Stevens.
And the reaction there of Mortazar said it all, the puff of the cheeks. He's absolutely exhausted. He had 24 to defend in that last over, and he very nearly blew it. There's the emotion. Sillett so near, yet so far.
If Stevens wasn't on the boundary line in an odd angle, that would have been 6. Now Chigumbura will feel this because it was in his hitting zone. But what a finish. What a game. Chris Gayle ends up finding full value for his 100 earlier on.
Look at the emotions, the contrasting emotions of the two camps, the two sets of supporters. Sillett, they're going to have to do it all again in a couple of days. Chigumbura, a fine effort. Chris Gayle making his way onto the ground. He wasn't on the ground at the end. He had some back trouble after a brilliant innings of 114. That's been the difference between the two sides. But Elton Chigumbura and Mushfiqur Rahim came oh so close to upsetting the apple cart and giving Sillett an amazing come from behind win.
And if they'd done it, it would have hurt the Dhaka Gladiators a lot. Much more than what it would hurt these guys who feel the pinch today. But the Gladiators didn't show up today, it's fair to say, because all their runs, this imposing total, was all thanks to Chris Gayle, their newest addition. We had a wonderful day of cricket in his hitting zone. Look at Stevens. Safe as a house, right on the boundary line.
And there's Mashrafe Mortazar. He looks absolutely spent, doesn't he? The emotional roller coaster that he went through in that last over. He started the over thinking it was going to be so easy to defend it, 24 runs, and he came oh so close to failing in his mission.
Ended up bowling 8 balls. Will the Royals, can they count on that man again? Dirk Nannes to recover from his hamstring injury. But relief. To be honest, it's much better winning this way than just demolishing teams. You feel the emotions. That's what sport is about.